but you've been in that clubhouse before on a red hot team. What is that like?
You just have absurd confidence. You don't care if things go wrong for a minute because you know you're going to win. Like, it doesn't matter who you're playing. The starting pitcher doesn't matter. Like, of course you're going to prepare, but whether you're facing a Cy Young Award guy that's going to win the Cy Young, or the guy who just got called up from AAA, you're there to bang. You're there to hit. You're there to get after it. And you know that everybody else in the lineup is, and you don't want to be the guy that's dragging the lineup down. Like, that's one thing. When you see players elevate in a lineup or in a bullpen, other guys get into the mix. Now all of a sudden these guys that are in the mix, you start to see them perform better. Why? Because they don't want to be the guy that drags everybody down. I never wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be the guy that made something happen. If it wasn't offensively, I was going to do it defensively. I wanted to contribute to a win. And that's what good teams do. It's not just like, hey, I'm going to go get my 2 hits today and whatever. It's like, no, I don't want to be the guy when you look up at the board that's hitting $150. I don't want to be the bullpen pitcher that's getting lit when everybody else is shoving, right? And that's where athletes thrive, in environments where there's good competition. There's guys that are getting after it and producing and performing. Athletes do not thrive when there's a bunch of prima donna negative Nancys who are just there and, going kind of through the motions and not getting after it. So what we've seen is, even with the bullpen guys that come up for the Tigers, you go into that bullpen now, those guys got a chip on their shoulder. They do things a certain way. They take pride in what that bullpen produces as a whole. We were in Kansas City. I was sitting down in the lobby talking to a guy that came and saw me, and the whole Tigers bullpen started coming down at about 10:30, and then they're going out to breakfast. That's not normal, by the way. That is not normal. Usually guys are going about their own days, whatever. They got families, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for a whole bullpen to get together and go out and eat breakfast and hang out, that means they like each other off the field. That means they have a bond off the field, which then correlates and translates on the field. They're all pulling for one another. They want each other to succeed.
Andy, last question I have for you. 3 games against the Rays, 3 games against the White Sox. Look, you won 3 AL Central titles in a row, but these Tigers in 2024 have been playing postseason caliber baseball for several weeks, scratching and clawing, trying to get in. What is this last week going to be like?
For the players?
For everyone.
Well, it's fun. I'll tell you that, because we haven't been here in a minute. But for the players, it's a time to just go explode. Just go get after it. They're going to play the way they've been playing. There's no reason for them not to. They handled all the pressure and stress that they've needed to up to this point. I don't see why they wouldn't continue that. But I'm looking for them to come into Comerica and absolutely rock it out. I mean, because they finally got to a position where they're in control. It's no longer like you have to wait on Kansas City or Minnesota. Now it's 100% on them, which actually feels good, because now you kind of control your own destiny. So they have to be riding a confidence level that they've never had in their life. Like, I guarantee they do. Like, the relaxed confidence that they're playing with right now that's winning baseball, man. I've seen it. And there's certain times in sports history that you look through and you go, I don't know if anything could stop it. You see some of the bounces, some of the rolls on double plays, some of the kicks here and there. Like, when a team's doing what they're doing, you got to get some of those too. Like the balls, like Parker robs the home run. If that's a foot further, he can't get it. Like, and you see these things kind of playing out in front of your own eyes, and you go, something really special's happening here. And I do believe that if the intent is there, you can will things to go in your favor. You can 100% will them to go not in your favor. Like, I have yet to see one of these Tigers players complain, whine when things didn't go their way. Because there's times that's happened. Like, everybody thinks, oh, this has just been every bounce. Like, no, there's things that have not went their way at all. And they have been extremely resilient to just keep going and keep fighting. But to say it's exciting is not a good enough word. There's not a word in the vocabulary of the English language. Maybe there is in like Mandarin or something that would do it justice, but not in this language. So I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the fans, excited for Detroit to be able to watch a team that's doing something nobody's ever done.